Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, let's talk about it tonight. We're going right in. Of course, everybody want to know about what's going on with the whole Showtime boxing ordeal, what's going on with PBC, what's going on with the boxing community. Showtime boxing has been canceled. Showtime Sports has been canceled. Steven Espinosa, who is the executive of Showtime Sports, he has been laid off, obviously. These are reports that we are hearing that have been circulating all day long today. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to provide my perspective on it as the viewership is increasing exponentially tonight. This is a special edition of another episode of Roll the Tape Podcast with Manager Marty. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me this evening. And we're going to talk some boxing. And of course, as always, we're going to discuss the elements involved regarding the business of boxing. So I'm excited to talk about it tonight. Glad you all can join me. If you are new to the channel, I encourage you to like, share, and even subscribe to this channel. You will learn so many things about the business of boxing and also the sport of boxing that you may not learn anywhere else. And so I'm glad that you are also here with me this evening. You are welcome. I welcome you as well. If you are a returning viewer and you are not subscribed to this channel yet, I also encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like it, share the content. You know how we do. And I'm excited tonight. I really, truly am. I wanted to come on just a little bit later tonight. And I'm probably going to try my best to come on around this time so that my West Coast audience can get the privilege and opportunity to receive the benefits of what we offer here on this channel. As we all know, there is a time zone difference. And so I'm still making adjustments with our time. But I'm glad you all can be here tonight. Let's get down to it. A member of this channel is here, my guy. Got to open up the show with him. Matthew Thomas, I see you in the chat. Salute, my brother. Always a pleasure. Glad you can join us this evening. We got some boxing to talk about tonight. But before we do that, I got to first publish the first super chat of the evening. And I know it's not going to be the last super chat of the evening. But to set the tone off right, wait a minute. Let me make sure I do this correctly and properly. Double salute to my guy, Matthew Thomas. Thank you for your support and your contribution to the channel. Matthew Thomas says, for the ever-ending lessons. Oh, yes, Matt, you already know there is a teachable moment with the whole Showtime boxing cancellation reports that we have heard and I believe have been confirmed earlier today. So once again, double salute to my guy, Matthew Thomas. Before we get into that, you know, typically, if you are new to the channel, typically what we do is our Town Watch check-in. And I'm kind of caught in the middle between doing a Town Watch check-in tonight or not, because I want to go straight in. When I say straight, I'm talking about I want to dive straight in on these topics this evening, because there's a lot of elements involved that I want to make the general public and boxing fans all around the world aware of when we talk about Showtime boxing being canceled, when we talk about Steven Espinosa, the executive of Showtime Sports, vice president as well, being laid off, when we talk about no more boxing on Showtime programming at all, because PBC is going to find a new home for the fighters that they have under their banner. And I want to make sure that each and every last one of us, as the viewership is increasing exponentially, be on the same page. Even if we don't agree, we have to be on the same page about this topic because we all share one thing in common. And that's what the Town Watch check-in on this channel does. And what it does is this. It's very unique to this channel. What it does is it allows each and every last one of us as boxing fans here on the YouTube boxing community to come together and insert our city, state, island, and or country in the chat and even in the comments section below if you're watching a replay of this live. And then in exchange, I then, as the host, will publicly acknowledge that city, state, island, and or country that's inserted in the chat and the comments section. Because what it does is it gives us a foundation of having camaraderie. What it does is it shows us that even if we don't share the same point of views, even if we have different opinions and perspectives, we all share one thing in common, and that is our love for the sport of boxing. So I want to also welcome the Road to Tape film crew, who is live and live in color right now. I see you in the chat acknowledging me. I want to say welcome to the Road to Tape. My gosh, I get excited when I see family. You know I get happy when, you know what, it's time to do our Town Watch check. And I wasn't even going to do it. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm doing way too much talking. It's time to do our, because I see what's happening right now. I see what's happening. They want me to do it. Y'all want me to do it, so I'm going to do it. You know I give y'all what y'all ask for when you come here. So you know what? Let's get it done. I'm going to start it off first. Town Watch check-in. Here it goes. I'm going to start it out first. Then I'm going to acknowledge you, city, state, island, and or country inserted in the chat. And this is going to lay the foundation that we all share one thing in common, y'all. Our love for the sport of boxing. Y'all ready? And another reason why we do this is like our icebreaker. This is to start the show off. Because we need energy when we talk about the sport of boxing. You know, when the fighters get in the ring, the electricity fills the arena. It reverberates all across the world when you're watching it live in living color on TV. And that's the type of energy I want to bring to the show. So we're going to bring that energy right now. And I'm going to start it off first. I'm representing my city, my state, born and raised Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, by way of the DFW area, Arlington, Texas, stand up. You know, I had dual residency at one point in time, and then I moved back, and then I moved over there, but I represent both places. So I salute my city, my hometown, in a residential area, Mansfield section, Tarrant County to be exact, Arlington, Texas, stand up, DFW. That's me. Now let's see who's in the chat. Let's get this Town Watch check-in popping because we got a good show. Oh, yes, we got some business to discuss tonight that you probably never heard nowhere else. To see, that's why I let everybody else shoot their load out. And yo, Matt, one of the things I do, Matt, I don't jump on late breaking news right away. Yeah. Some of y'all I see you. Some of y'all, I see you. You starting to steal my dance moves. I see what's going on. So what I do, Matt, let me tell you what I do, Matthew. I let everybody else jump on the late breaking news. Yep, that's me. That's my strategy. I ain't scared to tell you. Listen, this is what I'm gonna do. I let everybody else shoot their load out. Bang! And then I come out at the end and give y'all my perspective from a business point of view. Huh? I'm doing way too much talking. Who we got in here? Who we got in here? Pio Rio, Illinois is in the building. I see you. Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. We ain't got to listen. That the viewership is increasing exponentially. So don't stand there looking around. Come on and engage in the chat now. We got We got some big business of boxing to talk about tonight, yo. I'm excited about this. Come on and check on in. I need the energy. Come on and check on in. Crown Heights, Brooklyn in the house. Is Brooklyn in the house? Without a doubt, PK in the building. Come on, Roll the Tape Film Crew. Where we at? Let's check on in. Where we at? Hey, I see you, the Keggy. I see you. Big Money Walk. I see you. Baltimore, Maryland is in the building. I see you. Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Let's check on in. Let's check on in. Who else we got in here? You know I'm going to keep rolling the tape. You already know. Lucky McKinnell's my guy in the building representing Baltimore. I see you. Las Vegas is in the building. Woo! Hey, Matt, keep it cooking out there, Matt. You know your boy going to come through there soon. Keep it cooking out in Vegas for me. Yes, indeed. Who else we got in here? Let's check on in. I ain't going to hold you too long in the check. And oh, my guy here, I have not seen him in a man. Salute to my guy. Omega Red is in the building. Haven't seen him in a minute. Always a pleasure, my guy. Who else we got in here, y'all? Let's check on in. Richmond, Virginia is in the building. Salute, Larry. I see you. Who else we got in here? Come on, y'all. Let's check on in. Dayton, Ohio in the house. Cornelius, I see you. Come on and let's check on in. Somebody asked me which part of Philly. I represent all Philly. But if you ask me where I'm from North Philly. I represent all Philly now. Born and raised in North. Chesapeake, Virginia is in the building. I see you. So if you ask that question, Mr. Larson, you tell me what part of Philly you from. Come on and check on in. Let me see. Did he check on in? Oh, come on, bruh. I'm from North. Come on, don't interrupt the Town Watch check-in, bruh. I'm claiming Philly because that's where I'm from. Where we at? Mobile. I love how you put that in parentheses because it's spelled mobile, like Boost Mobile. You know that Booth Mobile that most of the Terrence Boyd Crawford fans be coming up here messing up the live and the audio because they got that Booth Mobile. Mobile in the building. I see you. NYC is in the building. Let's check on in. Delaware, I see you, Zaire. Delaware is in the building. Big Money already knew you was from New York. I was just waiting for you to tell me which borough. Harlem is in the building. Salute. What we got? Where we got? Where we got? South Africa is here representing the capital city. I see you. Come on, Tate Clark. Come on, Tate Clark. Ohio is in the building. Let's get this thing popping, y'all. You already know how I come. You already know it. You already know how we carry it in the Town Watch check-in. Who else we got in here? South Kakalaki, South Carolina, in the building. I see you. Cobb County, Georgia. Right here in the chat, I see you. I know that's right. I know that's right, Larson. I knew you was going to rep Southwest Philly in the building. Let's go. Who else we got in here? Creole. I see you, Creole. Chicago, the Windy City is here. Woo-wee. 216 is here too. Asante L here from 216. Cleveland, Ohio is in the building. Let's check on in. Now, y'all know the link is in the chat, by the way. I have it pinned to the top. Y'all know how I do when I fly the kite out. Y'all know how I do when I fly the kite out. You know this open panel tonight. I ain't going to hold you too long. Long Island, New York in the building. I see you, Pat. Can I get one more check-in before we move on? Can I get one more check-in before I move on? Got some boxing to talk about tonight. Smooth Criminal, my guy is here. Can I get one more check-in? I only need one more. I only need one. Can I get one more? I know there's one. I already know there's one more. I know there's one more check-in. Can I get one more check-in? Can I just get one more? I don't think nobody from the... Let me see. Every time I say that, somebody just jump right in. That's what I'm waiting for. Can I get one more? One more check-in. Oh, the viewership is increasing. Yeah, come on in, y'all. We got some boxing to talk about. Can I get one more? If I can't get one more, it's all good. If I can't get one more, I promise you it's all good. We're going to move on. Can I get one more check-in real quick? All right, it's all good. We don't want to lose nobody. We don't want to lose. 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 Going right in. What's going on, y'all? Yeah, I don't have a backdrop up today. Yeah. I don't have a backdrop up today. I just want to get right into it. Yeah, I want to get right into it. Can I get a mic check, somebody, please? May I get a mic check, please? Can someone let me know how the audio sounds? I just want to make sure the mic is clear. I want to make sure the lighting is okay. I want to make sure the visual, this 4K camera, I just want to make sure everything's clear. Because when I talk, I'm going to be as clear as the microphone. When I talk, I'm going to be as clear as the light. When I talk, I want to be as clear as the 4K camera. I just want to be clear when I speak. I see you, Eddie. Eddie said I'm all good. Can I get another mic? I want to make sure the mic working. That's what I want to know. You see me with the SNAC. You see me with the SNAC shirt on, right? We got to deal with it. We got to deal with it now. All right, they said the mic is working, and now we're going to move on. Regis Progress and Devin Haney. I got a message for these young guys. I got the old head got to talk to the young guys right now. That press conference that I saw today, okay, I want to make sure y'all do a little better than the next one. I know y'all going to run another press conference back. I don't know what city and state just yet, but I want you all to make it just a little bit more classier than it was today, okay? Because we got sponsorship money. We got sponsorship money that's riding on this. This is how y'all get paid now. This is how the promoter get paid to defray the cost now. So I want to make sure, young fellas, Regis and Devin, that the next press conference that you all have before this fight, and I'm sure you're going to have at least 2 or 3 more before December 9th, please make sure it's just a little bit more classier, okay? Now, when I looked at this press conference today, I was slightly disappointed. I'm going to tell you 2 reasons why I was slightly disappointed. I was slightly disappointed because, number one, y'all were using, let me back up for a second. I'm not saying that just about Regis. His trainer, I believe that's his trainer that was up there. He was too. Devin was as well. Y'all kept using racial epithets, the N-word, and y'all kept using it in front of Eddie Hearn. And you know Eddie Hearn is not black. I'm not making excuses for it. All I'm saying is we got to stop being so comfortable with publicly using that racial epithet, especially to counterparts who are not of the same race that don't understand why and how we use it against each other. We have sponsorship, okay, that invests money, all right? And when they hear racial epithets, okay, moving forward, young men in the business of boxing, we got to start cleaning it up because we want to make sure we are what? Enticing casual boxing fans, and we want to make sure we are enticing more sponsorship so we can do what? Generate and increase more revenue. So that's the first thing that disappointed me. Using racial epithets, the N-word in particular, towards each other, especially in front of that white man, Mr. Eddie Hearn. I'm not trying to make this racial. I'm just using this for business purposes because I don't hear nobody else talking about it, so why not me? Salute to my guy in the chat, another content creator. Boss Hog Boxing is in the building. I see you. So the N-word in the next press conferences, please don't use it no more. If y'all going to use it, please use it in a text message. Use it in a phone call toward each other. That's all I'm not encouraging it. I'm just saying I know you use it because y'all used it very freely today in front of the white people and everybody else that was there that is not of this culture. All I'm saying is don't mess up the bag. So in the next press conference, Devin Haney, Bill Haney, Regis Progress, and I don't know Regis Progress trainer's name. I don't know his name, but him, the guy that was up there at the table today. Please, not with the racial epithets. Because guess what happens? We got to keep it all the way 100 now. That's why I don't use it in my content. To each his own. If you use it in yours, it's all good. I'm just talking about me. Because in all fairness now, if the roles were reversed, let's just hypothetically say, right? If Regis Prograis and his trainer didn't use the N-word, and Bill Haney and or Devin Haney did not use the N-word, but Eddie Hearn used it. Nobody else on up there on the stage used it, but Eddie Hearn used it. Every black person that was there, including Bill, including Regis, including Devin, and including Regis' trainer, would have been looking at Eddie Hearn a little funny and may have would have said something derogatory towards him. So if it's not cool for him to use it, especially publicly, it should not be acceptable for us to use it toward each other, especially publicly. That's all I'm saying from a business standpoint. Why? Because we have so many different people from all different ethnic groups that invest that money. You understand? So even if we make it acceptable to us from a cultural standpoint, when we get in front of a camera on a business level in an environment conducive to making money from other cultures, we have to conduct ourselves with a certain level of decorum. So young men, and if you know them, go send this, share this with them. You tell a manager Marty said it, share them with it, share this with them. I'm only speaking from the hearts of my brothers. All I'm saying is, in the next press conferences, let's be a little bit more classier and alleviate the racial epithets. All right? Second thing that disappointed me about this press conference is we kept hearing 4 grown men, particularly 3, because Regis wasn't really getting involved in the beginning with it. We seen multiple grown men, black men to be exact, but we're not going to make it racial. We're just going to make it gender-based as far as us being men. We saw men going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, cutting each other off, and we couldn't really understand the points that each side was bringing up because everybody wanted to be right and talk over each other, and it just sounded like Love and Hip Hop with a bunch of women. And I'm sure it may have turned a lot of females off watching that. Okay? So, from a business standpoint, moving forward, this is to the trainers. This is to the trainers, the ones that's coaching the fighters. This is towards them. Let's maintain a level of professionalism because to my understanding, I don't know their ages, but I'm just going to just go on a limb and say that both guys are at least in their late 40s to early 50s. I don't know how old Bill Haney is or Regis Prograis trainer. I'm not sure. But I'm just saying from a maturity level standpoint as businessmen, being an example for the younger men, how we conduct ourselves as men and how we not get emotional. I always talk about it on the channel, so this is nothing new here. In the next press conferences, let's be classy about it. In other words, let Bill Haney and Devin Haney speak their piece first without any interruption. And then Regis and his trainer, they get the rebuttal or say whatever they're going to say next without any interruption. I'm talking about conflict resolution. What does that do? When we provide conflict resolution before or in the presence of other cultures, that's going to make them want to do what? Give more money. That's all I'm saying. Do everybody love drama? Yes. Should press conferences be dramatic? Yes. It's all a part of promotion. But when it gets to a point where we can't even hear what each other is saying, when the audience cannot hear, when the media out there is trying to gain content and the audio is just it messes up the promotion and it takes away the dramatic value of press conferences. Yeah, be back and forth, of course, but we got to make sure that we doing it in a certain way that's going to appeal to casual boxing fans because they are the ones who are paying hard-earned money for a good fight. Yes, the hardcore boxing fans, like most of us, we're going to pay, irregardless of whether racial epithets are being used, whether or not men are acting a little bit too emotional, whether or not they talk over each other, blasey, blasey, blasey. But I am trying to make an appeal to who? The casuals, the ones who are new to the sport as an audience, the one who have an elementary level of understanding of the business of boxing, because this is how we all in the business of boxing can improve and increase and then generate higher revenue opportunities. That's all I'm saying. It's just boxing. It's just boxing. Okay. So I just wanted to give that spill on the press conference. Now, y'all see I got this shirt on this evening. The SNAC program. I have to give a history lesson. Let me put my glasses on, and I know there's going to be a little bit of glare from the lighting, but y'all understand. Now the professor is here. Let me give a history lesson. I'm just going to use just a few fighters, and we're going to give a boxing history lesson. Okay? All right. Now, the last times we done seen opposition talk trash about somebody that's in the SNAC program, it seems that bad things usually happen to the opposition. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay? Now let me give a history lesson, and then I'm going to bring it back around, spin the block, and prove my point for entertainment purposes. Now, let's take Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. Y'all remember that fight? Some of y'all remember that fight. Caleb Plant versus Anthony Durrell. Now, everybody knows at this point that Caleb Plant, he's with the SNAC program. And you remember the press conference when Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant was going back and forth in the press conference? Oh, man, they was going back and forth. Bang, bang, bang. Verbally, I'm saying back and forth. And you see what happened to Anthony Durrell. Huh? You remember when Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., remember when they was going back and forth in the press conference? They was going back and forth. Bang, 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 bang. Even Errol Spence said it's going to be a one-sided ASS whooping. Y'all remember that? And then at the fight, you know, because Terrence Crawford with the SNAC program too, like Caleb Plant. And then at the fight, we seen what happened. And so all I'm saying to Regis, all I'm saying is to Regis now, just understand that history against the SNAC program opposition, it just don't end well for the opposition. So all I'm saying is we don't know if Victor Conte is going to increase the supplemental dosages of the athletes when you start talking trash at press conferences. So all I'm saying is Regis, be aware now, okay? Because I'm hearing that Devin Haney's going for the knockout. So all I'm saying is he with the SNAC program, and if you keep talking, tell your trainer, like you told him earlier, tell your trainer, bring it down a notch, okay? Tell your trainer now, because he's not going to be in the ring with the SNAC program. You are. So all I'm saying, brother, is I want to make sure that you don't entice the opposition now to increase the supplemental dosages of the ZMA and the SNAC and all that stuff and the workout regimens and none of that, because usually, according to history, the opposition of fighters that are part of the SNAC program, they usually get hurt real bad when the press conferences don't go there. And that's all I'm saying. So I just wanted the word to Regis. I'm trying to help you, young brother. Just tell your coach, just bring it down one level. That's all I'm saying. And I know Regis was telling his trainer to fall back, chill, and you know, because he's not about that type of drama. Now you do have to have some level of drama in boxing, because drama sells. Okay, and that's all I'm saying is, you know, just We've seen the SNAC program. They winning now. I done told y'all in the last live I did on Friday that the SNAC program is winning all year long. I'm gonna give y'all another history lesson now, so that we all can be on the same page about the SNAC program. Now in March, Caleb Plant fought David Benavidez, and then in May, Devin Haney fought Vasily Lomachenko. Then in July, every other month. And then in July, what happened? Terrence Crawford fought Errol Spence, right? Okay, and then Mario Barrios. Last month, he fought Yordanis Ugas, SNAC program. And then David Benavidez is going to fight Demetrius Andre. He's on the SNAC program. They're going to fight next month. And then in December, Devin Haney is going to fight Regis Prograis. Of course, Devin Haney's in the SNAC program. All I'm saying is the SNAC program fighters have been winning all year long. So that was my history lesson about the SNAC. About the SNAC program all year long. The SNAC program has been winning. And I might have forgot some fights in between. I don't think I did. But all I'm saying is, well, hold on for 1 second. Somebody said, when did Devin say he's going for the knockout? No, I'm not saying. So what I'm saying is I heard that Devin's going. I didn't say Devin himself was saying it. If I did, that's not what I'm saying is I heard that. I don't know if Regis's trainer was alluding to Devin not being able to knock nobody out, because that's really what he was saying. Okay, so I'm just telling you, he with the SNAC program. And usually when people that be on the SNAC program, they go for the knockout, whether they say they do or not. That's all I'm saying. That whole reference that I'm making is about the SNAC program, not about Devin Haney going for the knockout. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now, I wanted to also give my take on this part when it comes to Regis, because I've heard him in an interview. I think it was with Fight Hub TV earlier today, and I think he made a reference to this in the press conference as well. He keeps bringing up the fact that Devin Haney came up, I guess, the easier way, or he had an easier role compared to himself. And what fighters need to understand in this business, you can't compare yourself and the road that you had to travel with another fighter that you're about to fight. And I'm going to tell you why that's not good business. If Regis Prograis say Devin Haney is a good fighter, or if Regis Prograis trainer say Devin Haney is a good fighter, but he came up the easy way. He didn't have it rough like me. Or Regis Prograis trainer says he ain't fight nobody. He knocked out 20-something bums, or 17 out of 30 bums. His words, not mine. Or nobodies, or cab drivers, or whatever reference he made. He basically was saying it was lower level competition that Devin Haney knocked out, right? When you do that, and listen, you can go back on the published content I presented on this channel in the build-up and promotion of the fight between Devin Haney and Lomachenko. I gave the same advice to Devin Haney in the build-up and promotion of that fight that I'm going to give Regis Prograis from a business perspective. When you downplay your opponent and say things like he did not have it the hard way like I had it. He came up the easier way. His dad did a great job just moving him up in the ranks. I had it the hard way, where I had to go out there and just grind. When your trainer, Regis, comes out and say, Devin Haney ain't knocked nobody out, he's going to lay on his back, we're going to dominate, we're going to beat Devin Haney. When we start talking like that in the business, I'm educating you boxing fans so you understand where I'm going with this. When you start diminishing the level of opposition that you're going to face by basically saying that they are beneath you, that they are not on your level, you take away from your win if you win. I'll give you an example. Devin Haney was in promotion fighting Lomachenko, and he kept saying Lomachenko don't have it no more. He lost his step. He's older now. And I said on record on this channel that Devin Haney should not do that for the same reasons I'm saying Regis Prograis should not do that. Because if you win, a fan that heard you say that is going to say, okay, I'm not going to give you all the credit that you think you deserve, because if the guy is not on your level, you should beat him anyway. Okay? Regis, if he came up an easier way than you don't have to publicize that because it's not important. What's important is you bigging Devin Haney up. Hey, he's a unified champion at 135. He's undefeated. He's a great fighter. This going to be even if you know it's going to be an easy fight for you, it's going to be a tough fight. So that when you win, the fans, usually who have short-term memory loss, right, is going to recognize your skill level versus his skill level inside of the ring. But if you come out saying, I'm supposed to dominate him, I'm supposed to beat him, he's not on my level anyway, it don't even matter, he didn't come up the way I came up, he came up the easier route. Your trainer saying, oh man, he ain't really he knocked out all bums, he ain't got it like that. When you start talking like that, the expectation level for you is to go in the ring and dominate. And the moment that you don't dominate, and the moment that you lose, you start to lose a fan base. And that's not what we do in this business. We want to gain a fan base. Okay, we want to attract more of a larger audience. So never diminish your opponent. If you are a boxer listening to me, and most boxers do watch this channel, this piece of advice and principle can be applied even in your career. Never go out there publicly, even if you believe it in your heart, and diminish your opponent by saying that they are not on your level, they can't beat you, they look terrible in their last fight. Don't start talking like that, because the expectation level is going to be for you to go in there and dominate them. And if you don't, people are going to look at you like you don't have the goods. Okay? And this thing is about promotion. Now, I would have to agree with the people that's saying this in the chat. My expectation level is for it to be a good fight, but I do think Devin Haney's going to win this fight. I do. I do think Devin Haney's going to win this fight. He's been more active. Of course, he is moving up in weight, so we have to give credence to Regis on that, being acclimated to the weight. But at the same time, Devin Haney is with the SNAC program, and he's been with them for years now. So his recovery is going to be amazing in this fight. His resistance is going to be amazing in this fight. His stamina in the later rounds, including the championship rounds, is going to be amazing in this fight. And I'm not insinuating anything. I'm talking about facts. Go back and look at his last 5 fights. If you don't want to go back that far, look at Devin Haney's last 3. And you will attest that the SNAC program works. So all I'm saying is that it's going to be a good fight. I don't expect nobody to get knocked out. But then again, this is boxing, and anything can happen. Salute to my guy, Aaron H. Muhammad, in the chat. I see you, my brother. Day one supporter. And so that's all I'm saying. The SNAC program works. And Devin Haney's been showing us time and time again. In the later rounds, he just don't get as tired. He has more recovery. It works. Salute. Another day one supporter. Another member of the channel. Double salute to her. I haven't seen her in a while. Diana. Salute, Queen. Always a pleasure to see you as well. And so we got to deal with what's real right now. And that's real. Okay. So I just want the press conference to be dramatic, as it should be, but make it a little bit more professional, make it a little bit more classy without the emotional female back and forth talking over each other. And please do not use racial epithets. If it's not acceptable for other cultures and races to demean us as African Americans or Black, whatever you consider yourself, in public or private, then guess what? We should not do that to each other, especially public, when other ethnic groups are right in our presence, including Eddie Hearn. Okay? So that's just my take on that whole thing about the reaction of the press conference. Now, let's get into this. Showtime boxing is canceled. We're going to be canceled. Well, the last programming that they're going to produce is going to be at the David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade fight. And how Steven Espinosa has been laid off. These are reports that have been confirmed, I believe, by Paramount and some other reporters and journalists as well. And so here's my take on this. I want to make sure that we are all on the same page with this. I made some reference about this little, I think on Friday or last week, one of them days. Bottom line is I want to reemphasize that point, but I also want to include some other elements involved that may have not been calculated earlier on YouTube. Now, let's be clear on something. Let me read this comment real quick. I think this is very important to my point about the SNAC program. My guy, the Keggy, said this. This will be another SNAC guy who moves up in weight and looks bigger and stronger than the guy who's been at the weight for years. I might have to agree with you, the Keggy. You might have a point. I think you're referring to what happened between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence in their first fight. I think that's what you're referring to because Terrence Crawford is on the SNAC program. Whether Crawford fans want to admit that or not, he is. And also, he did, in my opinion, I was there live and living color in Vegas. He definitely looked bigger than Spence at the fight. Now, I don't know how it looks on TV. Like for people that bought the pay-per-view or whatnot, I don't know if he looked bigger on TV or not. But from what I saw there, he did look a little bigger than Errol Spence in that fight. And manhandled him, too. Just was throwing him around the ring like a rag doll. Anyway, I have to agree with you on that, the Keg. And you're referring to Devin Haney versus Regis Progress. Now, so it has been confirmed. Showtime boxing will be canceled. I want to set the tone right. I want to make sure we understand something. This is not a bad thing. I said this a week or two ago. This is not a negative. You know, this is just business. Okay? It's just business. I know that there are other content creators who have come out. I don't know if they came out already, but in the past, when these rumors first started escalating, before it became a report, a legitimate report, and now it is official. But I'm talking about months ago when we was hearing this, weeks ago when we were hearing this. Some content creators were pushing the narrative as if this was a negative. Like PBC don't have no money, they're going broke. This is what we've heard. Showtime is ran out of money. They're going broke as well. They're going out of business. This is what we're hearing. The bottom line is the contract is going to expire between two business entities. It's very simple. So I want to make sure that we're all clear. It don't make no difference of the reasoning why. None of us are in that office. None of us have been in the back office or on the inside to know what the actual reasons are. But Steven Espinosa himself basically said that they are in competition, and not just them. He also brought up other streaming platforms that's in competition with the app era. This is just the app era. Okay, 37 years of boxing programming with Showtime Boxing. That's something to applaud. That's something to salute. That's something to be happy about if you are a boxing fan. If you are genuinely a boxing fan, 37 years of boxing program is nothing to sneeze at. It is something to applaud. So I want to applaud Showtime for the great work that all of them, the ones that are notable to us and recognizable, and even those that are behind the scenes, all of them who has done a tremendous job with boxing programming over 37 years. Great work. And so the bottom line is it has come to an end. But 37 years is a very, very long time. Now, if you really look at it, right? All of us that's watching me live and live in color, and even those of us that are watching the replay of this live, all of us at some point in time have worked at a job with an employer. Doesn't matter how many years, how many months, how many days, where we decided within ourselves after discovering that we want to do bigger and better things and it might not be conducive to where we are in our lives. So guess what we do? We move on. We either retire or we resign, but we move on. We either get a bigger and better employment opportunity or we own our own business or whatever the case may be. We all can attest to having a business relationship with a person and or a company or entity where we shook hands and it was over. Or it didn't end so well, but the result was it's over. So this not should not be looked at as a negative. PBC had a heck of a run with Showtime. And let me add this element as well. Excuse me. Let me add this element as well. PBC have made their claim and stake on multiple different network and outlets way before they even came to Showtime to produce good product, to produce good content with the good product that they have in their stable. Fox, FX, FS1, Spike TV, ESPN, NBC, CBS. I might be missing one or two, but the bottom line is PBC have been doing a tremendous job over the last decade. They have. They went over to Showtime. Floyd Mayweather was over there, signed a massive 6-fight deal. If we can remember, this is almost a decade ago, 8, 9 years ago, I believe, somewhere around there, and been producing good fights ever since. We must notate this. This is as equally as important. 2023 has been a phenomenal year in boxing. I said this on Friday, and I'm going to say this again, live and live in color. The competition was blown out of the water from January of 2023 even to next month. That's facts. So PBC have enough leverage to walk into any business room with any platform, streaming platform, or network with the portfolio that they have at least a decade, particularly in the last year, with the product that they have under their banner and the partnerships that they have under their banner and the sponsorships that they have developed. They can go over there and use all of those elements and ingredients as leverage. Now, let me also say this. Let's just hypothetically say that PBC is going to strike a deal, or at least is in negotiation with Amazon Prime. This is what we've been hearing. It's massive. According to reports, Amazon Prime, and I could be wrong with the numbers, I don't know if it was 120 or 150, have over 100 million paid subscribers. That's not a number to sneeze at either. So, like I said a few weeks ago on this platform, if they are going over there to Amazon Prime, guess what that does to the fighters? They get exposed to a broader audience, right? What does that happen? What will happen for us boxing fans? We get an opportunity to do what? Enjoy great fights. That's what this thing is all about. This is not a negative. I know that this is being reported by some people as a negative. I know this is being reported by some people as nah, 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 nah. I told you. I know this is being reported by some people that says Rick Glaser was right again. I have a question on that real quick since Rick Glaser's name came up earlier. Rick Glaser is right about somebody else's business strategy, someone else's business model. When the last time he broke down his business? Did y'all even ask him? I'm not hating. I'm just asking a question because every time something happened with Showtime and PBC, it's always negative publicity. I've already pointed this out before. I'm not going to rehash that, but my point is, it's not about somebody being right again. The people that you saying is right, what is their credibility in the business? What are they doing with their business? You know, because the same guy that said that, you know, the same guy that said Rick Glaser was right again, was the same one asking me to produce who I manage or show him how many fighters I manage. But yet that same guy would not question the business model of Rick Glaser and what he's doing with his business. Mind your own businesses. Okay, this is not a knock on PBC and Showtime. It's not a bad thing. Okay, business relationship dissolved. Okay, Paramount has been treating boxing like a stepson or a stepdaughter in the first place, just like what happened with HBO. HBO is a streaming platform that promotes movies and series. Boxing has always been in the back seat of all the major networks, including ESPN. Let's keep it 100. So this is not a surprise, but the bottom line is this is not a negative. PBC has more leverage than any of the competition that's promoting fights right now. And I'm talking about on a major level. Now, I would recommend that PBC not go over to the zone. I heard that in the report as well. It's too much competition over there. Matchroom is over there at the zone, and so is Golden Boy Promotions. Let them two battle it out and compete for slots. Let them do that. Al Heyman and PBC can carve out their own lane like they've been doing since PBC came into fruition in business. That's all I'm saying. So, when we look at Amazon Prime having 120 or 150 or 160 million subscribers in the United States alone, I don't even know what the international numbers are, but this is just what's being reported in America alone. It's a major, major deal. Why not, as American boxing fans, stand behind the deal? Why criticize the deal so that people like a Rich Glaser can assume the position of being right? That makes absolutely no sense if you are a genuine boxing fan. I'm just saying. PBC's business model has been successful for nearly a decade, almost a decade. That's a fact. I heard someone ask a question. A friend of mine's. I don't see him in the chat. He's not here right now. He sent me a clip on my phone earlier. He sent me a clip on my phone earlier, right? And it was a clip of the Boxing Voice channel, Boxing Voice podcast channel. And in that, he just sent me a small clip, and the guy, I don't know his name, but he's the Boxing Voice host. He said something about he wondered why every time fighters leave top rank, they usually blow up or get bigger than they were when they were with top rank. He said something to that effect, and it was just a 30-second clip. You know how you can carve out a clip when YouTube, you can carve out clips and then send them to people. And he said, Marty, what's your take on this? So I want to give my take on it now since I'm on the topic. And the gentleman, the guy he was the guy that wear the glasses, the black guy. I don't know his name, but he's the Boxing Voice. That was a good question that he asked. Very good question. And I'm going to answer that question right now, live and living color, from a business aspect. The reason why, and I've said this before, and if you are a Roller Tape Film Crew member, you recall me saying this before, and I've said it time and time again, that Top Rank's business model, and this is not a knock on them, I think they're very successful at what they do. Top Rank's business model is to protect the fighter that's under their banner and not prepare the fighter that's under their banner. I was just using that reference to compare them meaning Top Rank, and like a PBC. PBC prepares their fighters, right, for the big fights. But Top Rank, they protect their fighters. And it's a good protection. It's not a bad one. It's a good one. They have the best, if not the best, definitely one of the best matchmakers in the history of boxing, Hall of Famer Brad Goodman. I've been seeing his name on this channel for months now. Okay, so all I'm saying is that the business model that Top Rank has, most of the time, puts the fighters in a position to be protected so they don't gain the notoriety because they don't usually have a notable dance partner all the time. Whereas though with PBC, they can generate the revenue they generate because the fighters that they prepare, they get to a place of having the right dance partner to be able to generate the money and just have a big fight, and competitive at that most of the times. And so that's the reason why I just wanted to make sure I answered that if somebody else may have had a question about that, since we're on the topic of Showtime boxing, canceling, etc. So this is not a bad look for PBC. I just don't think it's a good business strategy to go over to the zone. Okay. And don't forget, this is another element that most people may not bring up, but you'll hear it first live and living color right here. Don't forget that PBC have their own YouTube channel. Huh? Let's include that in the equation now. Because watch this. When you go on the zone, let's say you watch a fight on the zone live, right? You're going to get the experiences live right then and there. Let's say you miss a fight on the zone and you don't see the fight live and living color on the zone. Guess what the zone going to do? Within a matter of 24 hours to a week, guess what is the zone going to do with that fight that you missed? Somebody in the chat, help me out. Come on, yeah, let's engage on this. Somebody in the chat, help me out. I'm trying to prove a point to educate the boxing public now, how business works. What is the zone going to do if whether you saw the fight live or not, but let's say you missed the fight. Let's say Regis Prograis going to fight Devin Haney. And let's say you miss it. What is the zone going to do within 24 hours to a week? What's the zone going to do? With regards to YouTube now, stay with me. What are they going to do? Thank you, the Keggy. They're going to upload it to YouTube. If you miss a Top Rank fight within 24 hours to a week, even if you looked at the fight live, but if you missed it, what is Top Rank going to do? Hit him again, the Keggy. Hit it again, the Keggy. Tell me in the chat. What is Top Rank going to do with regards to YouTube? I'm waiting for the Keggy to say it again. Put it up here so y'all can see it. They're going to upload it to YouTube. If you watch the fight, the zone again, right? When it comes to Golden Boy Promotions, or you missed the fight, right? What is Golden Boy Promotions going to do with regards to YouTube on that fight that you either watch live or even if you missed it? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Big money walk. That's my point. I'm going to bring it right up to you. That's my point. That's exactly what I'm proving. They're going to upload it to YouTube. What is the NFL going to do? 10 minutes. And they're very swift with this, and I love how the NFL do it. They do it 10 minutes. Let's say you miss a game. Wasn't broadcasted on your local network. You missed it. Guess what the NFL does? I was just talking to my son about this. I was talking to Lil Marty about this just earlier. We were joking about this. 10 minutes after you watch or miss the NFL game, 10 minutes after it's over, what is the NFL going to do? They're going to upload the highlights on YouTube. So my point is, when I brought up PBC having their own YouTube channel, is that don't forget, this is an element involved in this thing here. Because once they upload it on YouTube, the NFL, Golden Boy Promotions, Top Rank, and DAZN, guess what they're going to do? They're going to monetize it now. Okay? They're going to get you to pay for it up front, and then they're going to get that monetization on the back end. Right? Now, what I'm saying with PBC, because PBC have their own YouTube channel now, they're going to have to tweak their business model and follow the trend. See, you probably never heard this on another content creators channel. That's why I'm glad y'all here tonight. Let me put it up because my man Big Money Walk, he put it out there. That's exactly the point that I'm making. PBC can't wait a whole 6 months to a year. You can't wait that long to publish the fights on YouTube. Got to upload it quick now. You ain't got to do it within 24 hours because you want to make sure everybody get the paying for it up front. Because if you know the fight's going to come back on within 24 hours, guess what you're going to do? I ain't paying for that. I'll just wait, save my little $85, $95 and wait till they put it on YouTube tomorrow. No. So you kind of give it some time. That's why I always say with 24 hours to a week. Because you want to expose your published content to make an appeal to who? A greater, larger audience, particularly casual boxing fans. All right? You want to get them while it's fresh in their mind and then monetize it on the back end. Okay? So that's a business element that I wanted to include in this because I know nobody's thinking about this when they're talking about Showtime boxing being canceled, but I'm actively involved in the business, so I kind of got an advantage. But my point is, it's just business 101. Whether you go to Amazon Prime or not. Because here's the great thing about PBC. When PBC uploads it on their channel on YouTube, they have their own production team, and then they have their own commentators independently of, let's say, a Showtime or Fox. And so keep that same business model. That's a great business model. This is that, and guess what? That has been one of the business strategies from back in the day. Don King and Top Rank would do that all the time. Even though the fight was being broadcasted on HBO or Showtime, right? Remember TVKO? Some of y'all, I'm talking about to the real boxing fans that have been following the sport for many years now. Go back in the early 90s. TVKO now. Matter of fact, my man, the Colonel, Bob Sheridan, he used to commentate on TVKO. God rest his soul. He's no longer with us. So what I'm trying to get you to understand is business model. must be tweaked in that YouTube area for PBC. But guess what? They can take that same business model they were successful on other networks, including Showtime, and go take it over to Amazon Prime. They have leverage. It's not a negative. Not a negative at all. Motorsports Sports, I see you in the chat saluting me, brother. Salute to you as well. All right. We have someone that wants to join the panel. I think this is his first time on this panel. Tony Cakes, can you hear me, sir?
Hey, Manager Marty, how you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. How about yourself?
Well, first I got to say that I've been listening to your channel for quite a bit, and I enjoy your commentary.
I appreciate your viewership, sir. Thank you very much.
Now, I know that I'm not the demographic of the boxing fan that you used to because I'm a gay man, but I love the sport too.
Well, your sexual preference has nothing to do with whether I agree with you or not. It's not important. Your sexual preference is your business. We are here because we love the sport of boxing, so you are also included as well.
Now, I know you're talking about the Showtime business move and Al Heyman, which, if I may add, I think Al Heyman is one business genius.
Okay.
But I wanted to ask you a question about the fight between Benavidez and Andrade.
Okay, got you. Before you ask me a question, I'm not trying. I love entertainment. I'm not trying to laugh because we live. You know, I is Tony Cakes that's your real name, bro? I'm just asking because they in the chat they want to know. Is Tony Cakes that's your real name, Tony Cakes?
My name is Tony, and they call me. I'm just fucking. I was, I'm just.
Hold on, man.
Oh man.
Bro, we got women all in the chat, bro. I got women from the Philippines, Australia be watching me, bro. Don't do me like this, bro. That's all I'm saying is.
Oh, Manager Marty, man. I'm just fucking around with you. I love you, man.
Oh, come on, bro. Damn, bro. I was trying to be politically correct, but I'm not politically correct if you know me. But I'm just saying, come on, Tony Cakes, bro. Like, you have to put the word cakes in it, bro. Like, ah.
All right, man. I'll let you go. I'll let you go, man. Do your thing. Do your thing, man.
No, come on, man. You here now, bro. What you want to ask me, man? This is entertainment, bro. What you want? What you want to ask me, man?
I want to know. I want to know. What do you think about that fight between Andrade and Benavidez?
Man, hold on. Let me clean my glasses off, bro, because I couldn't believe I was seeing the word cakes. Hey, Boss Hog, what's up with your man? What's going on, man? Dang. See, this is why you got to be prepared for anything on YouTube. Anything can happen. All right. So, damn, man, I gotta call a girl when I'm done this segment, bruh. No, I think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think that it's gonna be more competitive than we actually think because I know that David Benavidez usually get outboxed because he flat-footed. I'm gonna answer the question anyway, even though Tony Cakes, that's your new name now, Tony Cakes. I don't care if your name ain't Cakes or not. When you come up here, I'm gonna call you Tony. I ain't gonna call another grown man Cakes, but I'm just don't come up here playing. That's all I'm saying. But listen, because you asked me, I'm gonna give it to you like this. Hold up, that don't even sound right. That last part. Tony Cakes, don't come up here and mess up the show, man. I ain't giving it to you like nothing. I gotta reframe that. Hold on for 1 second. I'm gonna make my point like point. That don't even sound right. No, hold on, point. Hold on. Let me just say this, right? So David Benavidez, we know he usually get outboxed. Okay, we know he usually get outboxed. Okay, let me tell y'all something. That was unscripted. I didn't know that was going to happen. That was just a heckler. I don't know that. Hey, listen, you got to be prepared for anything. So I'm gonna answer the question there because somebody else might ask me later on. So yes, David Benavidez usually get outboxed because he's flat-footed and he throw his punches sometimes mid-range, and then he start closing the distance. But we know Andre has good boxing skills, okay? And we also know that he knows how to use lateral movement. The thing is, though, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with y'all, straight up. I haven't really seen too many special effects from Andre. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I haven't really seen like any special effects. But the special effects that's going to come into the fight from Demetrius Andre is the fact that he's with the SNAC program. So y'all going to see the benefits of the SNAC program in this fight. That's all I'm saying. Ah, man. I just don't want to end the show with that. I got. Hold on, let me see something real quick, man. Tony Cakes. I knew it was something crazy when I seen it, but I didn't want to. You know what I mean? I didn't want to prejudge nobody. Hold on, somebody hit my jack real quick. Hold on. Oh, okay, all right. They didn't answer. Anyway, okay, that's a good question. I can answer that question. Um, oh, for real? I didn't know that, big money. Tony Cakes went on BFTB. Somebody said he tried to get on BFTB last night, but got handled. Yeah, see, BF don't. Yeah, he don't play games like that. I'm all for entertainment. It's all good. Uh, oh man, I'm trying. Hey, Newell, trying to call him on the phone. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead, Newell. Don't start that there. Anyway, CEO Sense says, where does Boots go from here, Manager Marty? Boots go up from here. That's what I think. Boots go up from here. That's where he goes at. He goes up from here. I recommend Boots. I want to put that out there, but I recommend Boots going over there and sign with the great Al Heyman. The product is over there, so even in a dual promotion or dual management contract or something where his team still stay in place, out of loyalty, but still go do a deal somehow, some way with Al Heyman, since Showtime is canceling boxing programming over there, and we know how him and Steven Espinosa, him meaning Bozy and Boots, and Steven Espinosa, they had a deal through promotion as well. But all I'm saying is, it's only up from here when it comes to Boots. The sky's the limit for the young man. And I think that Terrence Crawford should fight Errol Spence in a rematch. And excuse me, if he's not going to fight Boots at 147, vacate the belts. Um, and then Boots going to take over the welterweight division. Very simple. That's what I think is next for Boots. It's all up from here. The sky's the limit for the young man. He is definitely going to be a unified world champion in my eyes. And it's definitely inevitable at the 147-pound division. So that's just my take on that. I don't know, Jordan. I think you were asking me about David Benavidez and yeah, you asked me about Andre and the Mexican Monster. Well, the Mexican Monster beat Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant was on the SNAC program, but that stamina part didn't help him too much when he was gassing out. So I don't know who's going to win, but I think later on in this month, as the time progresses, leading up to this fight, I probably have who I think is going to win. But right now, I don't know, and I'm not an in-ring performance expert, so I don't. I'm just an opinion, so I'm not sure who's going to win just yet between those two guys. Definitely going to keep Boots' name in the mix, no question about it. That was really good. That was good entertainment right there. Tony Cakes, Lord have mercy. Only on YouTube, right? Only on YouTube, y'all. Hey, I see that the viewership is staying with me at this time. So as long as I can keep this time slot, I'll come on here at least for the next 2 weeks. I have a lot of business to take care of. a lot of business meetings, a lot of ventures and different things I'm exploring, and different things of that nature that allows me not to have a set time frame. But it looks like the viewership is rocking out with me around 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna do a poll sometime tomorrow to see if 7 o'clock is good, at least for the next 2 weeks. And I'll come on here every day if I have to. I'll come on here about 3-4 days a week at 7, because I want my West Coast audience to get a piece of my lives as well and enjoy um, their live experience. And that's why I try to make sure that everybody get an opportunity, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, down south. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I do this the right way. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on. Super chat in the house. Super chat. I always like to show my face when I do the super chats, because I'm much appreciative of the super chat. So double salute to Shawnee D. Thank you for your contribution and your support to the channel. Shawnee D says, keep up the great lives and content. Manager Marty, salute from Iowa. Iowa's in the building. Salute again, Shawnee D. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. And so I'm going to create a poll tomorrow. So check it out in the community tab um, on YouTube tomorrow to see 3 or 4 days. And I'm talking about starting tomorrow now. So in the daytime, when I put that out, and y'all give me that thumbs up, more yeses than nos, I come right back on here 7 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. I mean, next week we're gonna rock out for 2 weeks. I want to make sure that we all have human interaction with one another. I love doing lives. I mean, I like to publish content too, but I love when I'm interacting with you all with the lives. It's always a pleasure. I thank each and every last one of y'all for coming out as always. And I just want to make sure I render my verdict, on the entire matter when it comes down to this whole Showtime boxing is canceled in the Regis and Devin press conference reaction or recap rather. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the time and support as always from each and every last one of you. And before I go, I want to make sure that I salute and welcome all the ladies that came out tonight live and live in color. And also, if they're watching the replay of this live, ladies, thank you so much for your contribution with your time. Really appreciate you. Look forward to posting in the community tab um, that poll to see if 7 o'clock at night, at least for the next 3 days this week, and at least 3 days next week for the next 2 weeks, where I'll come and come on here live and live in color. We shall see. Great live today. See, I don't have to hold you too long. Love it. 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 I didn't even play my intro. Forgot all about my intro. I usually play my intro in the beginning. Hold on. Let me see something real quick, y'all. Because a lot of people like the intro. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see something. Hold on, y'all. Don't leave yet. Hold on. Stay right there. Don't move. Don't leave yet. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
The man that I'm about to introduce is a man who wears many hats. He's known as a breath of fresh air in the YouTube boxing community. His voice has become one of the loudest voices in the community for his controversial but factual perspectives. Boxing fans all around the world recognizes him for his knowledge, credibility, credentials, and integrity in the business of boxing. He is the founder of the non-profit organization named Dad's Overcoming Losses, Living Above Reproach Incorporation. He is certified as a credit counselor, tax practitioner, experienced full-time entrepreneur, trained as an amateur boxer, and licensed as a boxing manager in multiple states in the country. He is the author of these words. You're going to need to get you a pair of these. The viewership is increasing exponentially. He is the author of these words. Roll the tape. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, I introduce you to the undisputed, undefeated, hottest manager on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Manager Marty.